We begin with the breaking news from Russia. It's been revealed that a meeting has been held between Russian President Vladimir Putin and the chief of the Wagner mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters that the Russian president invited a group of unit commanders to the meeting, which was held just 5 days after the group marched towards Moscow last month. Let's bring in Yulia Shapovalova. She's following the story from Moscow. And Yulia, there has been widespread speculation about where the Wagner leader has been since the aborted rebellion on June 23rd, 24th. What is the Kremlin saying about it this time round?
Well, Kremlin has confirmed Putin met with Prigozhin 5 days after the Wagner armed mutiny. The meeting took place in the Kremlin on June the 29th. That's according to Dmitry Peskov, the Kremlin spokesperson. The meeting lasted about 3 hours. It was also attended by the commanders of the group's detachments, and there were a total of 35 people, according to Dmitry Peskov. So the president gave his assessment of what happened and offered the representatives of the group employment options. The commanders also presented their version of what happened on June the 23rd, June the 24th, and they emphasized that they were staunch supporters and soldiers of the Russian president, and also said that they were ready to continue to fight for their motherland. So basically, that's the information we have, according to Dmitry Peskov.
It's a startling revelation, isn't it, Yulia? What are we to make of the statement, and what reaction can we expect in Russia?
Oh, wow. So it's really extraordinary to comment on all those things. Well, basically, a person with unique rights, that's Yevgeny Prigozhin. And of course, he is a person in Putin's political system. So for several months, the country watched the so-called Yevgeny Prigozhin show with bated breath when he shouted using obscene language, "Shoigu, Gerasimov, where is the ammunition for my Wagner fighters?" Who else is allowed to do what he's done? The man staged an armed mutiny, launched a march on Moscow, shot down several helicopters and planes, killed several army pilots, and after all that, he got away with all that. And he enjoyed popularity, of course, amongst certain groups, including some in the military and those who supported Russia's special operation in Ukraine. For a reason, he used to say populist things about numerous problems in the army and on the battlefield in Ukraine, of course. And on Thursday last week, Peskov said that the Kremlin had neither the ability nor the desire to track Prigozhin's movements. And we also heard from President Alexander Lukashenko also last week that basically he said that he was no longer in Belarus. So that's all we can say about that meeting. But it's quite funny that the state media obviously first praised Prigozhin for many, many months for his achievements in Ukraine, so-called achievements in Ukraine, in Bakhmut. And after that, he denounced him after the armed rebellion on June the 23rd, June 24th. So basically, how the state media is going to portray Prigozhin now, we just have to wait and see, really.
Yeah, absolutely. That is Yulia Shapova with the latest twist in the story, live for us in Moscow.